God, tender love and care. Welcome everyone to today's session. I'm so happy that you are here. Welcome, welcome. I am God TLC, and today we are going to uncover a very awesome topic, which is stacking tech money, 7 income streams from one skill set. So if you are ready to make money, if you are ready to make wealth and get a little bit better at securing your technology, I want you to do this right now. Let me hear that. Let me hear that. Type that into the chat. And it's not just about making the wealth and money and securing your resources, but also securing your family's data. And as I mentioned in a previous stream, previous episode, or if you have not checked that out in an upcoming episode for you, we went over everyone is a cybersecurity specialist. If you own your own phone, Chromebook, tablet, computer, you are in charge of your own systems. And without further ado, everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Tech That Builds Wealth, the podcast where we turn tech skills into freedom, power, and income that doesn't sleep. I'm your host, God TLC of God Tender Loving Care, and today we're diving into something close to my heart: how to stack multiple streams of income using one skill set in technology. And which skill set do you think it is? Well, type that into the chat. We're moving fast today. Make sure you have your notebook, something to write with, writing utensil, pen, paper, marker, chalk, anything that you prefer. Let's start, everyone. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to do this session and section of the program for a while. Whether you're in cybersecurity, IT, cloud, or still getting your feet wet in technology, maybe you walked into the Apple store, or maybe you picked up a new Android. Maybe your local university is dispersing technology, or you bought yourself a new phone or smartwatch or different technology. This episode is for you because chasing one paycheck isn't wealth, it's survival. But stacking income streams, that's how we build wealth. I want you all to do that with me today. Engage in the podcast. Even type it into the chat. Anything. Might be the fist bump emoji, or I don't know which other ones they have. Find one that represents that. So, in making wealth and making money, we also talk about preserving it, saving it. That's what cybersecurity is all about: protection. Protecting your privacy, your data, those that you love. Or if you're a cybersecurity information technology specialist, then your firm or your business. So grab your notebook if you haven't already. Open your Notion, because I'm breaking down 7 ways you can monetize what you already know. That's how we build wealth. Segment one of Tech That Builds Wealth is the one of the entrepreneurial spirit of freelance contract work. This may be one of your first gigs, side hustles, career. Let's start with the most straightforward one: freelancing, and then contract work. You don't need a fancy business or a ton of experience. You need a portfolio and the willingness to solve problems. That is step one, regardless of if your goal is to work for yourself or to work for someone else or with someone else. You have to consider who your demographic is, clients, where they come from, what languages are being spoken, and build that portfolio, tailoring it to your specific needs, their specific needs, your expertise, what expertise your clients or what is in demand, as well as what is most needed. Because building 7 streams of income, 6 streams of income, 5 streams, 4, 3, 2, 1. It all starts with you. So stacking tech money, 7 income streams from one skill set. I've shared the first one. Let me know if any of you are doing this, have done this. Maybe you're still at this stage right now, or maybe you're a veteran and you're far beyond freelance and contract work. Let me know at what stage you are at, everyone. Chat and comment. Make sure to subscribe. If you've got skills in penetration testing, which we will cover more in depth, system administration, cloud setup, which is anything from AWS, Azure, GCP, help desk or support, then you don't need a fancy business or tons of experience. That is where you start your portfolio. Make yourself a GitHub, create your own blog and website. Then you can start offering services right now on platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, TopTal, or even through LinkedIn and Reddit communities. And here is a pro tip, everyone, that I think you would all benefit from. Tech that builds wealth is all about how we all can benefit. Community of benefits. It's actually one of my favorite words now that I come to think of it, benefits. Well, here's a pro tip. Look into becoming a fractional CTO. Well, we'll cover what that is. We use a lot of acronyms. CTO, right? CTO. When it makes a word, it's an acronym, and when it doesn't make like a word or something that sounds like a word, it's an abbreviation. So, depending on what languages you speak, CTO. For startups or small businesses, CTO. Many startups don't have money for a full-time tech lead, but they will pay good money for 10 hours a week of guidance. And I'm going to explore with you what is a CTO. CTO stands for Chief Technology Officer. If you ever land it, wear it with a badge. It's a top level executive role in charge of the technology strategy of a company. But here is where it gets juicy for us. What's a fractional CTO? A fractional CTO is someone who works with the company part time or on a contract basis, helps with tech decision making, cybersecurity planning, software tool selection, and team development. They might work with startups, nonprofits, or small businesses that just can't afford a full time CTO. So, why should you care? Well, even without a Fortune 500 title, you could be someone's tech lead, security advisor, cloud system architect, which is basically a CTO light. You bring strategy, clarity, and implementation, and they pay you for your brain. Oh my goodness, how wonderful is that? You get paid for your brain, but you need to build those skills. Now, certifications do not make up for experience, and experiences do not make up for certifications. I know right now there's a current debate in technology of experience or certification, and that or we just need to remove the or, and that or needs to evolve into an and. Trust me. So, examples you can say, I mean, if you are, starting out, some examples that you can share and say in an interview are here's your portfolio, here's a website that you built. You want to have minimally a collection in your, if you have one for each, try to build that up to three websites that you built, 3 apps that you've tested, 3 programs that you've explored, etc. You don't need to be in Silicon Valley to be a CTO. I've seen folks get 200K a month just for advising a small startup on what tech tools to use, managing contractors, and keeping systems secure. That's CTO level impact. Fractional pay, full freedom. So if any of you are a CEO, please let me know in the chat or in the comments. I would appreciate that. CTOs out there, thank you for your service. Section 2, tech to build wealth. Well, what are other careers or streams of income from one skill set? We uncovered that one is freelance and contract work. Two, what could it be? Teaching, courses, and coaching. Teaching what you know. If you've ever helped a coworker figure out a tool or explain tech to a non-tech friend, you can teach. Platforms like Udemy, Skillshare, and Teachable are built for people like us. You can also host live cohort-based courses on Zoom, offer one-on-one coaching sessions for job interview prep, certifications, or real-world skill building. Any other examples? You can create your own blog and go live on YouTube, build your community that way. There's so many options when you're starting out. The key is creativity. Let me know in the chat. Have you done any of that? And how have you been creative in your venture? Here's a fun one. If you want to create sort of like a hustle idea, create a mini boot camp for people trying to break into cybersecurity and offer personalized feedback, career advice, and tech interview training. Any information that you know will go a long way. And the best part, once your course is built, it can sell while you sleep. And what is that called, everyone? Type that into the chat in the comments. Send me a personal email if the chat and comments are disabled for whichever reason. What is that called when you make money while you sleep? Ponder. That is called a passive income. And making money while you sleep, while you rest, while you recover. So we've uncovered one and two, one being freelance and contract work, two being teaching courses and coaching. Segment three, YouTube content creation and live streams. This one is near and dear to my heart. YouTube and live streaming. If you're not already turning your knowledge into content, you're leaving money on the table. You can film tutorials, reviews, or tech explainers, upload past podcast content as video, stream live Q&A, coding sessions, or security news breakdowns. Monetization comes from YouTube ads, affiliate links, sponsorships, paid memberships, or Patreon. And here is a tip. The most boring topics on YouTube, like VPNs or password managers, pay the highest affiliate commissions. You don't need 1 million views to get paid. You need the right niche and consistent content. So we've uncovered one, two, and three, everyone. Let me know in the chat. Do you remember what they are? Are you taking your notes? Type one, two, and three in the chat. And without further ado, we are now on number four. I personally love number four. It's something that I've started to do before I began the process of live streaming. Now, filmmaking and making movies and videos and tutorials, different than live streaming, but this next section is one that I started to work on way before that, and that is ebooks. Ebooks and digital guides. You already write notes to study, right? Turn them into a digital product. This project is a product. That project can become a digital product that you monetize. See where I'm getting at there? You can create beginner's guide to cybersecurity, 30-day CompTIA study plan, the side hustler's guide to IT freelance work. Sell them on Gumroad, PayHip, Teachers Pay Teachers, or your website. Keep it simple. Use Google Docs, Canva, Notion, other free and affordable resources. Here's the kicker. You write it once and you can sell it forever. Let that stick with you, everyone. You write it once and you can sell that forever. So, if any of you have done that, right, maybe have gotten an early start, let me know in the chat. What part of the process are you on right now? And when it comes to ebooks, playbooks, study guides, People don't want fluff. They want your frameworks and your experience. Segment 5, digital products and tools. This one builds off of the last one. And, well, we can argue that they all build off of each other. Four really builds off of, five really builds off of four. Four really influences five. So, four being ebooks, playbooks, study guides, transitions perfectly into digital products and tools, which is segment 5. This one builds off of the digital tools that I mentioned. You want to keep your tools accessible. But if you've ever created like a Notion template, a cybersecurity checklist, a resume builder for tech jobs, you can sell that. Also, think automation tools, Python scripts, Bash scripts, anything that saves time or improves workflow. And I implore you all to share your work. Put a price tag on it. Think small. A $5 download might not sound like much, but 1,000 downloads, that's $5,000 you didn't trade hours for. I hope that you are all learning, taking a lot of good notes, and importantly, subscribe and share this if you find it valuable. We are now on segment 6, which is affiliate marketing. Now, here on Tech That Builds Wealth, I want you to access silent money. Affiliate marketing is silent money. Money that you make, maybe not even showing your face, maybe even uh, making wealth and money while sleeping, while working out. Isn't that the goal? So, when we talk about affiliate marketing, here's how it works. You recommend a tool, someone clicks your link, you get paid. That's it. Here's some examples. VPNs, which are Nord, ExpressVPN, etc. Password managers, tech courses or certification programs, which you may hear someone say cert programs, tend to do that in technology. A lot of acronyms, abbreviations, phrasing. Hosting platforms like Namecheap, Hostinger, etc. Mention them in your blog, YouTube, email newsletter, or even on this podcast. Just keep it ethical. Recommend tools you believe in. Do you use any of these tools? Anyone in the chat and comments? If so, which ones? And always say, this supports the show. People love transparency. They love to know that their investment has gone a long way beyond you into the community. They love to hear about that ripple effect. And everyone, we have made it to 7. Remember what the title of the podcast is. And if you don't remember, go back up and read it. If you do remember, type it into the chat fast. Fast fingers, fast typing. Stacking tech money. 7 income streams from one skill set. Here's a bonus question before we delve into 7. Who remembers what CTO is? Type that into the chat comments. What is a CTO? Last but not least, segment 7 of Tech That Builds Wealth, digital real estate. What is that? Well, this includes buying a domain names and flipping them, building niche blogs and monetizing with ads, creating micro SaaS, which is capital S, lowercase a, capital S, SaaS tools or simple apps. You can also flip websites on platforms like Flippa or Empire Flippers. So if you're someone who is experimenting with apps, with websites, there's a place for you to monetize that work. That's hard work. But what makes this powerful, all of this, these are assets, not liabilities. And we've covered this in Tech That Builds Wealth. But if you're new to the stream, let me know in the chat, what do you think assets and liabilities are before I define it? So, an asset is something that's good. It makes you money, it makes you wealth, it makes your life better. Now, a liability, on the other hand, is something that takes money away from you. It makes your life a little harder. It makes the world a worse place to live in. What do you want? Do you want assets or do you want liabilities? Type that into the chat. Now, I mentioned the term before, SaaS, right? What does that stand for, SaaS? Well, this is a term that you need to know. SaaS is a gold mine topic, especially if you're talking tech that builds wealth. Here's the breakdown. SaaS equals software as a service. It means you create or sell access to a software tool that lives online, usually in the cloud, and people subscribe to use it. Instead of buying the software once, users pay monthly or annually. Think Google Workspace, Zoom, Canva, Notion, Dropbox, Grammarly. Can we list off any more? Type those into the chat. Any of you have Netflix? Do you pay a subscription every month? SaaS. Do any of you watch Hulu or Disney that you pay for every month? SaaS. Any gamers out there, right? We've covered gamification and we'll definitely explore it more. Are you paying for any subscriptions for the games that you play or the software, the mods? SaaS. So tell me in the chat, what is SaaS? You write this down in your notebook. SaaS equals software as a service. Why SaaS builds wealth? Well, it's reoccurring revenue. You get paid every month like rent, except it's digital. There's low overhead, no physical inventory, just code, hosting, and some marketing. It's scalable. One app could serve 10 people or even 10 million. Growth doesn't always mean more costs. Finally, it's a sellable asset. Dun 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 dun. I'm sorry to sound redundant, sellable asset, right? But SaaS apps get sold for 5 to 10 times their monthly revenue. It's digital real estate with cash flow. So, how can you do this if you're solo? If you're a creator, content creator, and you just want to make money, you're a one man, woman team. Well, you don't need to build the next Google. You can launch micro SaaS like a job board for cybersecurity jobs, a resume analyzer for IT roles, a security audit checklist generator, a password strength test tool, which that one sounds fun. I think we all can do that one, right? And this is something that you can do actually right now. Call your buddies, call your friends, your family, ask them, hey, I'm testing out passwords. What do you think are strong passwords? And what do you think are weak passwords? Now, you don't have to tell me what your password is or what passwords you've used, right? Zero trust. But let's write down a list of like possible passwords someone can use. And then we're going to go through whether they're weak or strong. And let's debate about it. We all can do that. And finally, a cloud cost calculator for small startups, right? You can use tools that already exist and modify them. You can even use no code tools like Bubble. You look this up, Bubble technology app. It's called Bubble. Glide. Again, you might come across other things, but Glide technology app. Softr, which is spelled Softr. And listen to these: Tally, Zapier, and Airtable, which I have some experience with. Or partner with a freelance developer and be the visionary plus the marketer. You have to start somewhere. SaaS is the digital version of owning an apartment building. You build the software once and people pay rent every month, except you don't have plumbing problems. You've got subscription revenue. If you've got an idea that solves a niche tech problem, start sketching it. That could be your first step to six figures of freedom. Six-figure freedom. Make wealth, invest your money. So, why are any of these seven streams of income important when we consider tech that builds wealth? Well, because these are powerful, they're assets. If you understand SEO, branding, or tech niches, this can be a six-figure game long term. You can make a lot of wealth, a lot of money. And it all starts with you protecting your cell phone, your personal iPad, your personal computer, and then helping those around you and seeing if the community needs your services or where there is a need for what you already know. Let me say this loud and clear. You don't need to master everything at once. Start with one income stream that fits your current energy and skills and build from there. You will evolve. You will get better and better and better. You're starting out where you currently are. Imagine being at the park. Maybe you're in the sand. Maybe you're in the field. You're starting from that point. And from that point, maybe you take a step forward. Maybe you go that way, which is east. Maybe you go west or south. And you're configuring, well, what's my next move going to be and why? Am I going to go that way and maybe help out? Is there a need over there, back there? It's in your hands. Start where you currently are at with your current skills and evolve. Get better and better and better. And I believe in you. Here at God Tender Loving Care, I created the podcast Tech That Builds Wealth because we all have technology. The next component is how do we make money with that technology? How do we sustain ourselves? How can we use the tools that we already use on a day to day basis for anything from social media, phone calls, entertainment, education, etc., to build financial freedom? Do you remember what the pillars are? The seven streams of income, career. You're not just building an income, you're building freedom. So let me recap real quick. Freelance and contract work, to restart, teaching, coaching, courses, YouTube podcast live streams, ebooks and study guides, templates and tools, affiliate marketing, digital real estate. That's seven. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. If you're ready to turn your skills into assets, make sure to follow, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs it. You can find more resources and bonus content at God Tender Loving Care. You know where to find me. Until next time, this is God TLC of God Tender Loving Care reminding you tech ain't just knowledge, it's leverage. Peace and prosperity, family. I hope that you all learned a lot from today's session. I know I had fun presenting everything here today. And I did this, I'm doing this every now and then. I'm providing you like this bonus section of the podcast, of the stream, where I type in what the title of the podcast is and we go down the list. And I'm going to do my best to be consistent about that. So without further ado, I'm going to count to three and I want you to snap your fingers. We're going to make some magic happen. All right, everyone? One, two, three, snap. And we made it. All right. Thank you for that magic trick, everyone. We'll do more of that. So, when I type in what our title of the stream podcast is, Stacking Tech Money, 7 Income Streams for One Skill Set, we come across a lot of information. This is a topic that is trending. It will continue to trend. And a lot of these videos are very recent, right? When you're maybe some students, maybe graduate students or bachelors or associates, wherever you're at in life in your education, maybe you're a professional and just working as an entrepreneur, you come across these articles, and sometimes the articles are dated, right? To like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago. This is not the case with this topic. This topic is very relevant. I mean, the last one who posted is about 5 days ago. Everyone else is like from 2024 here and up. And I mean, I found one 2022 and one from 7 months ago. Medium is very interesting, very edutainment, and this is real. This is true, everyone. So check out what's going on with oh, Yahoo Finances, everyone, from 2025. The average millionaire has 7 streams of income. So stacking tech money, so technology to help you build money and wealth. And I like to do this just to see what else is out there roaming around in the world. In case you want to check out this stream and check out another stream. Without further ado, everyone, I want to thank you so much. See you later.